So pretty quickly before I show you how you can run your application using a virtual device, or that is the Android emulator, I'm going to have to change this this whole UI to suit the one that I have seen most of you are using. I have updated to the latest version, that is Android Iguana, but as you can see, it still has the same UI as I originally had. So in order to do that, having done some research, I found that one way I could do it is if I closed my project, I would be able to see down here some notification that says meet the new UI. Android Studio got a new modern design with reduced visual complexity, fewer distractions, and the same power. So you can see here, this is Android Studio Iguana. And actually, this new UI was available, that was by September 22nd, 2023. By that time, Android Studio Giraffe was available. Basically, okay, it has been available with, this has been available with Android Studio Hedgehog as well as Android Studio Giraffe. And so let me just enable this. And so I just have to restart. And so I'm restarting my Android Studio, and I should be able to see the new UI enabled. So having loaded, you can see this is how my new UI is going to look. So here on the side, I see that it has this option where it's telling me I can configure the new UI. So either I can set it with a theme of light, dark, or maybe system. I'm really liking the dark theme, so I'll go with that. Then it also has a density of clean or compact. So let's see how compact looks like. I'm really not liking that, so I'll go with the clean, and then I'll say finish the setup. So should be done, and my application is ready for me. Having indexed all the application files, I'm able to see my application. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look through here. I can be able to see the running devices, that is the devices that are online to use. I did show you previously how you can be able to add your phone. This is my phone right here, to your have it appear here in Android Studio for you to be able to run your apps. Then here I have my virtual device. I understand that some of you have not been able to set up your emulators. So quickly, let me come to Tools, then I'll go to Device Manager. And so here I can see another set of lists of the devices I have on my Android Studio to use to run my application on. So let me click here on Create Virtual Device. There is that plus icon. I clicked, and so I have this virtual device configuration pop-up appearing. So I can choose from the categories what device I want, and I want a phone. And so then I want to choose a Pixel 8. And then I can see here it has a certain size, a ratio, the density. So here you see that it has the width of 1080 pixels and a height of 2400 pixels. So I can click on next, and then I'll choose the system image, that is the version of Android I want on this phone. So I currently have one already downloaded, which is Pi. But if I want to choose another one, I can first click on it here. You see that I'm not being allowed to click on next. So what I have to do, I have to first click here to download that image, and then once it's downloaded, I should be able to proceed to the next options that I need to select. So here I already have my Android 9, which is the Pi, and so let me click on next, and then I have some options here where it's about verifying the configuration, what name I want to give it. Pixel 8 API 28 is the name given automatically. I find that I can't be able to make changes to this, and so I'll just pretty much just scroll down. I see here I have setup orientation as portrait, so when I start it, it will be in portrait mode. There are some advanced settings, but I won't go into them. Here I'm seeing this recommendation that I need to install HAXM for better emulation performance. And so let me click that so that it can install. So here I have to specify the amount of RAM I will be allocating, and so I'll just click on 2. So I set 2, which is the recommended, and then I clicked next, and then I will have to accept this license, click on next, and then have that HAXM installed. So I have to first allow for that Windows command processor to be able to carry out some changes on my computer. So unfortunately it failed. Let me try and see if there's something that can be done to change that. So some virtualization got disabled on my computer, and so I have to restart it to be able to enable it. So I've been able to successfully understand what was causing the error. So if I can repeat the steps, the error was being caused because virtualization was not enabled, and HAXM is sort of like VirtualBox, and it helps with being able to have your phone able to run on your computer. So let me start that. Yeah, so I've selected new, create a new virtual device, this plus icon right there. And so coming back again, I want the Pixel 8, click next. I want the Pi, which is already selected, and I want to click next. So having selected that, you can see that we are ready. We don't have any warnings like please install HAXM, and so I can just click on finish. So it starts to create the Android virtual device. So here we have our Android virtual device Pixel 8 created. Previously I thought I had actually Pixel 8 as well, but it was actually Pixel 2. That has been the virtual device I've been having all along. So to start the virtual device, because usually I request you, I've been advising you to start your virtual device first, such that when it has been started, you can easily say, if you're still developing your code, it makes it a bit easier to run your applications at whatever once the Gradle has been built, or your application has, the APK has been built, it can instantly go onto your application, onto your device as soon as possible, that is. So we're here waiting for our virtual device to start. Now I may want to say just a small correction. HAXM was actually installed because you might have noticed that from it was telling us why is HAXM not installed? Please install it such that you're able to use it. It was actually installed, but because it could detect that virtualization wasn't enabled, because recall, I've been having this virtual device previously, just that I've not been using it as often as my phone. And so with certain times I had somehow my virtualization got disabled, and so it detected, Android Studio detected it as HAXM is not installed. So for you as the students, you find that you will need to install it unless you've been able to see me accepting the license agreements, and with that, once it's installed, you can be able to finish setting up your virtual device. And now we're just waiting for it to start up. Yes, please. So let's just be patient. It should be able to start up hopefully soon. All right. So I've come here under running devices, and I can see that my Pixel 8 API 28 is running. So it is starting. I think you've seen, for example, when your phone is starting, it will show you that your phone is actually starting. Yeah, so here we are. So device manager is right here, and so we are in running devices, and we can see that it's starting. So above here, you can see the certain actions you can do on your device. You have the power button, volume up, volume down, rotate left, rotate right. So here, if you wanted to go into your landscape or portrait mode, you can play around with this. You have the back button, home, and then the overview. You can take a screenshot, record screen, and take some snapshots. So let me just click on that. Wait, okay. All right, phone should be ready. So yes, we have it operational. So what I want to do now is to run the application. Usually a phone should show some apps. Let me just give it like 1 minute to see some apps load to be able to fully confirm that our device is ready for us to use. Okay, I can see Chrome, the Play Store, Messages, and the phone app coming on. You have here where you can search on your phone. Okay, let me run my application. So here I can just choose on any of the running devices. I want to use the Pixel 8. So let me click on run up. You can also use the Shift F10 to be able to run on your phone. So it's running. So right now we're waiting for the APK to build, and given that I've made some updates, I've updated to Iguana. I've changed because of the update to Iguana, I had to change the Gradle files to the latest dependencies. So it will take some time for this application to build. It will take some time for Android Studio to build this APK. So we just have to be patient, and then we should have it on our phone. So after 13 minutes of building the APK, it's now launching it on our device. Unfortunately, I do not know if this is because I have a recorder running as well, but a lot can really affect the running, the building of the APK for you to have your app sent to your emulator the time. So really, I really don't know. So here we are glad to finally say that we now have our application running. So if I type Dave, I can just click submit and says hello Dave. So yeah, there we have our application running. What I've been able to find with virtual devices, when you close them, there is a way I found that you can close them without shutting them off, such that when you start them again, that is using this play button, the play button that usually appears here instead of the stop button, it can be able to run the application from, the phone from where it was. It's kind of like a saving mode, as you know. For those who have been able to use VirtualBox, it's like you put the phone on hibernate, and so you can just switch it on from where you stopped, and so you don't have to wait for it to start. Now let's try it now. Close this tab, come right here. You're able to see that we still have the option of stop, but I want to still keep checking to see what happens here. Is this operational? Sometimes this may take some time to change, so I would want to see if it will shut it down or okay. So yeah, it has now reflected that it is no longer operational or running, that is, or online. So let me click start and then let's see what happens. So here it says starting the Android virtual device and connecting to it. And yes, we have been able to achieve starting the Android virtual device instantly, or in other words, as soon as possible, without us having to wait for a very long time. That is for it to start as if you're switching on the phone, and then that pretty much taking up a lot of time. So pretty much that's briefly how to run a virtual device. So just a small reminder, you can just right click here in this area where you see it with the title. When you hover over it, it says Pixel 8 API 28. Right click and close to close your device without shutting it down, such that you're able to start it instantly. Yes, so I've been able to connect my phone, and so you can see here it has also been added again as a list of devices I can use. I can just perhaps make sure it's the one that is selected and run the app on it as well, which I'm sure will be fine as long as you have been able to have USB debugging mode on and the developer options as well enabled.